From the Dignity Health Studio in the Bakersfield, Californian, it's BVarsity Live Preview Show with hosts Zach Ewing and Trevor Horn.
Hey everybody, I'm Zach Ewing. This is BVarsity Live's Preview Show. It is Thursday, October the 9th. October the 9th. Where does that happen? I do this every week.
I know. It's.
Yeah.
I was over at Centennial the other day, and I was talking to Kevin Sneed, their head football coach, and I went, "It's a league already?"
I know.
It literally feels like we just started, and you and I were on top, sweating our lives away on top of Memorial Stadium, getting ready for the doubleheader.
Football and volleyball playoff seeding come out in 30 days.
30.
By the way,
30 days.
That's what.
Speaking of volleyball, today's going to be fun. Today's show is going to be a lot of fun.
And we're going to start with volleyball. And we have a couple of guests who had a very big day on Tuesday night in volleyball. Judy Rexroth, coach of Independence, and her star outside hitter, Brianna Runnels. How are you guys?
Fine, thank you.
Doing well.
Yep, that's about the same enthusiasm she had when she called you 2 nights ago.
Yeah, Judy fooled me into thinking they had lost up at Tehachapi, which is partly my fault because I came in thinking, okay, Independence is the underdog. If she had pulled this off up there, she would have been really excited. But that's really not how you are, I guess. Anyway, so you're kind of even keel, and at least in front of us you are. And but that was a big win. You guys beat Tehachapi in 4s, only Tehachapi's second loss of the season. They were 17-1.
And only 5-set loss. The other one was to Liberty at the Clovis Invitational on August 30th. August. So, I mean, you're talking about a team that was 17-1 coming in, who obviously has, and you can make the argument, Brianna, if you want to, as the hardest hitter in Kern County and a very solid team, and in come the Falcons, go up the hill and play a very impressive game.
What was that like, Brianna? I mean, how well did you guys play on Tuesday?
I think we did really well. We played as a team. Like we had a dance party at Judy's house on Monday.
All right.
And we bonded. So
that's the secret.
Judy,
you found it.
Judy, is that our generation music or is that their generation music?
No, it was theirs. It was so loud. My dad had to leave. It was so loud, and they were dancing.
It was ran by us. Like it was our party.
Who came up with the idea?
Judy.
Well,
Judy.
I had them over for dinner.
Okay.
So it was the team dinner because our school, we don't really do, like a lot of schools do that but we were starting leagues, so we wanted to make sure we got them together.
Right.
And I made the mistake of saying, if you guys do win tomorrow, we'll do this every Monday. So I think it's going to be dance party Mondays at Judy's house for the rest of the season.
Tell the neighbors. Yeah. Better tell the neighbors.
Just tell them you're really excited about every Monday night football game and just go from there.
Exactly.
What song got people going? I mean, what was it?
Okay. Well,
what was on the playlist?
We had our high songs and our low songs. We were like jamming out. We were singing Beyonce.
All right.
And we were dancing to Nicki Minaj. So
we need to have the entire team in here. That's settles it. I mean, that's just what it is. We'll provide the soundtrack. Little Tom Petty, little Alan Jackson. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Wow. I don't disagree with either of those gentlemen, but
I was just trying to go opposite. You know what I mean?
You went completely opposite.
You went
I was trying to go completely opposite.
You went south.
I did not go south. What are you talking about? Well, yeah,
Chris is chiming
southern
in right now, ladies.
Anyways, it worked. Whatever you guys did. I mean, did that make you feel like you're playing looser? I mean, like you were just like there was no pressure. I mean, what did that do for you?
I think we definitely had fun on the court because we haven't really had much time to bond, but this was like our bonding time, and we definitely transferred that to the court.
One thing that Coach was in here talking about a month or so ago is that it is kind of a new mix of girls. I mean, you have some club, some not. Girls that you played with before at Independence, some that you haven't. I mean, has it sort of taken that month for everybody to mesh and gel like that?
Definitely. We don't have the experience, but we have the talent. We have the girls.
And you're obviously right at the center of that. Trevor was talking about it. You and Destiny are club teammates, so maybe you know who hits the ball harder.
I can't judge it. I think we definitely are different players.
Yeah.
But we can definitely do the same things.
We gotta cover a club tournament. see them on the same side.
No. You know what we do? What's the date?
The All-Star game.
No. What's the date?
December.
She's a junior,
October 23rd.
She's a junior. I know they'll play against each other.
Yeah.
But I want to see, and they played a great playoff game last year in D2. What does this do for you guys? I mean, you kind of been up and down all non-league season long, but to get this one, we were just talking about. I mean, now if you hold serve, not that it's going to be easy to beat a Ridgeview, a Golden Valley, a West and East every night in and out, but if you'll be favored in those matches, and if you hold serve, the worst you can do is a split league title. So this was huge.
Yeah, no.
I said it. I guess I said everything that needed to be said. Right?
No, it really is. I think now we have the chance. I mean, we've been at Independence in the Power League for so long, and I mean, we go in there and get beat up day in, day out for the past few years, and it's nice to actually possibly get a banner. And like you said, now that we're hopefully, if we don't overlook any teams and we play the game that we should. I mean, that is our ultimate goal, is to get a banner and then do well in Valley.
Right. And you'll be in D2 Valley with CVC, but not a Tehachapi anymore, not an El Diamante anymore. They both moved up. So
there's
maybe
a few
there's
other
an
good
opportunity
teams in there.
there.
Lemore's in there, Exeter's in there. I mean, D2 is not going to be a cakewalk by any chance. But Judy, I want to ask you a few questions. When you were in here before, you guys talked about how you'd pull out of the Clovis Invitational because you have basketball players that are fantastic athletes, like Brianna was talking about. For me, the biggest thing that I've noticed is that you have the returning talent at the net, but your biggest thing that you've kind of grown into is obviously with Lauren Dellinger coming together and learning the tendencies of this after playing JV last year. She's a junior now. And then your back line. You had I think you lost 3 players on your back line, including your starting libero last year, if I'm correct, and your defensive specialist. Just talk about the maturation process that you've had over the last month to be able to get to this point.
Well, that's what we were talking about on the way over. It is really difficult because these girls don't play club. I mean, we have some girls that said, I didn't even play on my junior high team. And we have 2 of those starting on varsity. So just the visual part and the reps. So hopefully we're getting them their reps. We have been, I mean, our focus is always passing and defense. We are really strong at the net. I think we have the talent to be strong hitters. I think some of the strongest in town, and then also our block. Because, I mean, we are huge. I can't neglect that in practice. Because
when you walk into the gym and you see Malia and you just go, yep, she's a volleyball player.
Yeah. She's a huge block.
Yeah.
She's the biggest block we've ever had. I mean, she's huge. Just her hands are big. She presses over. It's really nice to dig behind for the girls.
Right.
Brianna, what has this year done for you as a leader, knowing that you've kind of had to, mold your setter and kind of, be a leader on the court?
Well, this was the first year I was actually captain, so I definitely am taking the leadership role, serious. I think I have to perform well. I'm not a very vocal person, but I will show by my actions. And I love helping. I love when people ask questions because they want to learn and they want to get better. And I think it definitely contributes to the team being better.
I got a question. How do you hit the ball so hard? What?
Well,
is that natural? I mean, have you always done that?
Well, okay, I didn't make my 7th grade team, so that was when I started working with Judy.
Okay.
And I train with her every summer, so that's where my arm swing comes from.
So is that a matter of getting the strength in your shoulder and your arm first, or I mean, is that resistance training? I mean, what do you do?
I think it's just working with the proper technique.
Okay. Did you know you had something? I mean, something to work with here right away? Or?
Yes. I mean, no matter how much someone puts time in, she is very, very talented physically. She is a natural God-given athlete.
The canvas is there. In other
it's
words,
there, yeah. And I know you asked the difference between her and Destiny. Destiny has a faster whip, her speed of her ball. I don't know which one hits harder. She muscles it. If you watch her, she's is more of a muscle player, where Destiny is just her arm just whips it. So I don't know if that makes sense. To me, it does, but I don't want to say, because they're both. I mean, we're fortunate to have them both on our side. When we go into the club season.
Well, it's kind of like baseball. You talk about somebody that has just pure power when they're swinging the bat compared to somebody that has just a quick whip in their swing.
Or I'm even thinking a pitcher.
Yeah.
Where if the strength is in the legs, you're just whipping that arm, and there's not even everything's coming from the legs and from the wind up. Then, so it's probably similar. Now, this is something, and maybe I'm just making myself look naive. What part of your hand do you hit the ball? I mean, does it differ depending on what you're trying to do? I mean, how are you? Are you just smacking that thing, or is it more the bottom of your hand? I mean, what?
Well, I think you have to snap your wrist, so it's covering all parts of your hand.
Okay. So it really is more of a wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you serve with the middle of your hand, the palm.
Okay.
So it's kind of different.
You know what's really kind of stood out for me watching you in the scrimmage, and then watching you against Centennial 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Is go ahead and tell everybody how high you can touch, because this is a phenomenal number.
Well, actually in practice, I just wanted to test to see how high I could jump, like if I could touch the rim, and I actually got like 2 inches past the rim. So.
10 feet 2 inches, ladies and gentlemen.
So in other
and
words,
you're 5'8".
10, 9.
Yeah,
if you could, with heels.
Think
on.
Isaiah Thomas, the starting point guard for the Phoenix Suns now. He was at the Sacramento Kings the last 4 years. Think about him dunking a ball. That's what you're doing, basically. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, you got to work on that because you could dunk if just a couple more inches. Right?
I want to.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, I would pay to see that. We come out and film it.
Brittany Griner's got nothing on you.
Okay, so you guys play Golden Valley tonight at 6:15.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
6:15 at your place.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so home league opener, and then like you said, you Ridgeview, East, West, and some of these teams were improved. But I want to ask you because Trevor was talking about this week, and we'll get to some rankings in the next segment. But who is your pick in the SWYL? It seems 6 teams that could beat each other. I mean, we say that a lot on any given night, but it seriously seems like that this year. Do you have any? Do you think any one of those teams has a leg up on the other? Either of you?
It's tough.
I don't want to put you on the spot and make you diss somebody or anything like that. But if you had to pick, I mean, is it Stockdale? That's my impression is that maybe they have 1 inch up on everybody else. But
Maria is a really strong coach,
Uh-huh.
and so all the coaches in town do a really nice job. But if I was more fearful of a coach, I don't know if that makes sense. As a coach to coach, I would worry about her game strategy
Right.
because she does a lot of adjustments. You know, I mean,
gets you out of your comfort zone. Sort of.
and she controls the game. She controls it with. I mean, she does a really good job.
And I completely saw that on Tuesday when they were going against Centennial. And you could see there was a little bit of movement there in the third set when they were tied 1-1. And they were in the third set. And it was like 15-16. And she made a quick transition. And what it did is it brought Lauren into the middle. And then it brought an extra player into the back line to kind of combat Savannah Smith.
Yeah.
And it just totally changed the whole dynamic of that game.
And she always does a good job at that. And I mean, just having Lauren Klein in the middle, I mean, she's really strong middle. And that's when you have a good libero, a good middle, and a good setter. I mean, lights out, kind of.
Yeah,
It's hard.
that-
It's hard. It's hard.
You got your bases covered there.
Yeah.
So, SWL continues tonight. We will be broadcasting from BHS Frontier at BHS Live on Bakersfield.com.
2 1-0 teams in the SWYL.
the only matchup of the teams that won on Tuesday.
Yep.
And then with Stockdale and Liberty play and Garces and Centennial play,
Correct.
I believe. And that's the SWL slate for the evening.
Zach, you got your naive question out of the way. Judy, I have a not so much for you, Brianna, but for Judy. On Tuesday night when I was watching Stockdale and Centennial, it was a great matchup of liberos in that one. And Eddie Peters looked like a player that was going to wake up Wednesday morning just black and blue from wrist to elbow. The liberos wear long sleeve for that specific purpose, or is it just one of those things? Because I would think I would want a little bit more protection on my arms when receiving sets like that over and over and over and over again. Is that, or is it just they wear long sleeve just to wear long sleeve?
I think they just wear long, especially in high school. We just get what we can get for the whole team.
Okay.
So, but I know, like in college, like one of our kids is back in Nebraska, and they have like arm sleeves. So when they wear short sleeve, just because the hits are so hard.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think.
Well, when I was watching, like Savannah Smith hit it for her
Yeah.
Centennial, and then Lauren Klein, it's just Brianna, I don't want to take any kill that you have over the net. I don't want to try to dig that out. I would just wake up and go, yeah, I'm now black and blue. Thank you.
When you hit an attack and it's just circumstance that goes off somebody's head or their face or something, do you ever feel bad about that? Not that you can do anything about it, but it's just
No.
it's gotta hurt.
Got to be ready.
Merciless. Yeah, I like it. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to take a break. I do want to look at those rankings when we come back, and I also have a few recruiting questions for you, how things are starting to go. I know you're only a junior, but maybe starting to get into that. So we'll be back on BVarsity Live here in a couple of minutes.